So we just got a new trailer for Scarlet and Violet after a few thousand years. So I'm pretty pumped up. I'm not gonna waste time with a long convoluted intro though, so let's just hop in, analyze, and see if we can find some interesting things here. Essentially, I'm just gonna be going through the trailer from beginning to end, and I'm going to point things out like in a list format. So that said, let's just get going. There are stickers in a room of Drifloon, Applin, and Hatenna. These could be possible Pokemon available for the region. There are also pictures in the top left-hand corner of a Pikachu and what appears to be a Roggenrola with an autograph. Perhaps there's some kind of famous trainer in the region that uses Rock-type Pokemon. Also, a little effect, the player has a Switch OLED. I see Game Freak has their money-making schemes. While the player runs to the professor's lab, we see that the path forks off to the left, so there must be something to the left side beforehand. So that should be interesting to see. We get a good look at the new Pokemon Centers, which are pretty similar in looks to Pokestops. The sign on it also appears to have a Wingull and a shoe. Maybe they'll act as areas to buy new apparel as well. If we take a look at the logos that the players don, depending on the version they play, Scarlet has an orange, while Violet has grapes. Maybe there will be something in regards to fruits in this game. I don't know. In terms of the professors, Scarlet gets Sada, while Violet gets Turo. Professor Sada has a bit of a cave person look to her, whereas Turo is a bit more futuristic. The names apparently come from the Spanish-Portuguese words pasado for past and futuro for future. Those themes come into play multiple times throughout the trailer. Next, we get a look at what I assume to be our rival, Nemona. The website describes her as your energetic friend who is a very experienced Pokemon trainer with undisputed battling skills, though she's not the best at throwing Pokeballs. Hopefully she's not like Trace and is too friendly of a rival. We also get a new look at the new Pikachu clone, Pawmi. I'm gonna say it is the Pikachu clone, because it looks just like one. It's a little disappointing that it has no dual typing, but it is very cute though. Who knows, perhaps it'll evolve. The website describes the electric sac it has in its cheeks, as well as electricity discharging organs on its forepaws. We also see the sign on the Pokemon Center changed to showing a Quillfish next to a tire. Once Home becomes compatible with these games, we should be able to have access to its Hisuian variant, which also means Overquill access. Or perhaps even we'll get a regional variant for Overquill. You never know. As always, we get the Power of Science guy, letting us know that you can head out on adventures with up to 3 of your friends at a time. The website describes it as a deeper experience that allows you to explore the world and discover new Pokemon with your friends and family, indicating that it is a much better multiplayer experience than what Sword and Shield offered. Thank God. Also, as the characters are running in different directions, you can see that their Pokemon follow them, perhaps indicating we'll have following Pokemon straight from the beginning. Hopefully they've improved on those running speeds. Throughout the trailer, we see some returning Pokemon, such as Flaffy and Fletchling. The player is seen sneaking up on new Pokemon in the overworld. This Pokemon is Smololive, the grass normal olive Pokemon. This is one of the Pokemon Nemona will use in addition to Pawmi. The oil that comes out of its head is very bitter and should not be consumed. It uses photosynthesis via the fruit on its head, allowing it to go without eating or drinking for a week. It prefers dry and sunny climates and spends its time sunbathing. I wonder if there is a relationship to Chikorita. Another new Pokemon we see that Nemona uses is Lechonk. I know, one of the best names of all time. The normal type hog Pokemon, Lechonk. Interesting. It uses its sense of smell to find and eat only the most fragrant grasses and richest berries. This causes it to have an aroma that scares off bug Pokemon. Please come to my house. It appears to be fat, but it is mostly muscle from walking around in its search for food. Perhaps this thing will evolve into a really powerful boar/warthog. It also reminds me a lot of Hawk from 7 Deadly Sins. We get a look at the UI, which is condensed, but also pretty nice compared to what we got in both Sword and Shield and BDSP. We also get a look at a trainer with a Tauros shirt on. Of course, there's a good chance Tauros will appear in these games, but perhaps it could lead to something more, like a Tauros evolution, or maybe something related to whatever the new mechanic is. Hopefully it's a pre-evolution though, because Tauros and Miltank have needed that for a very long time. The trainer also sends out a Choodle that looks off in terms of its colors. Perhaps this is just lighting messing with our eyes. One of the logos up around the potential Pokemon Center has the silhouette of a trainer and a Pokeball, perhaps advertising the gym challenge. Also, there is a third option at the desk that is presumably not the mart or center, as the other two seem to be. Perhaps this is for apparel. Towards the middle of the trailer, we get to see how trading works, and it seems to be just straight out in the open rather than taking you to a separate screen, which I find kind of neat. Size variation could perhaps be returning. This might be perspective, but the Venonat closest to the player seems pretty huge, but definitely could be confirmation that size variation is returning from Legends Arceus. One of my favorite things in Pokemon games is the lore, and there are some ruins in the background of this cave, or potentially just some rocks. The torch, at the very least, indicates something of interest. Along with these ruins, we see a bunch of returning Pokemon seen in the wild. We can see the Venonat I mentioned just a second ago, a Colossal in a magma-like cave setting, Toxapex on the beach, Cryogonal in an icy terrain, a Gengar at night shooting off what looks to be a Shadow Ball, a Lurantis in a meadow shooting off what looks to be a Solar Blade, and a Talonflame using Flare Blitz. I also love the fact that they're all in their own unique environmental settings. This is really cool. At 156, there's a potential Pokemon Gym battlefield that is obviously above something, as there is a staircase leading to it. During this sequence, we see fire and ground animations, perhaps indicating that gym typings could be exclusive to versions again. Lastly, we probably have my favorite part of the entire trailer. We get a look at those box art legendaries, Koraidon and Miraidon. They have what seems to be wheels on their chest. Miraidon clearly looks like an electric dragon, while Koraidon is potentially a ground dragon type. Miraidon's wheel looks like it might be akin to bullet trains that run using magnets, while Koraidon looks like it has a dirt bike wheel that might lean into it being ground type. Cycling is very important in Spain after all. Much like the professor's names, Koraidon and Miraidon's names basically translate to Ancient Dragon and Future Dragon respectively. They're definitely pretty wild designs, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this story centered around them will play out. Perhaps this time we'll get some time travel. Overall, the trailer was far more tame than what I was expecting, but it is certainly welcome as we've been starving for new information. Before signing off, there is one thing that the website gave us that the trailer didn't. In terms of the openness of the world, it's described as a world that you're free to explore at your leisure and not in an order dictated by the story. This is huge! Pokemon finally becoming even more open than Gen 1 is exactly what this series needed. Although it makes me pretty fearful because of how complex the best team will be now, especially if each game has completely different gyms. Well, we'll worry about that later, like in about 7 months from now. But tell me, did you all enjoy this new look at Scarlet and Violet? Did you feel it was a little too tame? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. No matter what, the cycle for Gen 9 has truly begun, and I look forward to seeing a few new things every month. Welcome back to the outro, folks, your favorite part of the video. Thank you for enjoying another Mystic Umbreon video. We made it through the end of the 8th generation, and now we begin the long trek into late 2022 where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet await us. It's a whole new world we'll live in, but we still gotta catch them all. However, there's still a ton of videos to do and experiences to have until then. If you're interested in more Mystic content, check out my TikTok and the Mystic Umbreon Shorts YouTube channel. If we get the 10k followers on TikTok, I'll be doing a viewer's choice video. If you like Genshin Impact, check out my Genshin channel Tevachinary. So if you all enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. See you next time.